Good afternoon. My name is Macaulay DeLonge, and thank you for coming. Today I would like to talk to you about a problem that still exists in the U.S., which is sexism against women. The debate is not whether or not misogyny exists. It is why it is still existing in our society in 2018. The evidence of gender discrimination is found in a woman's everyday life through media, the workplace, and our government. Misogyny and sexism can be found in every part of American culture, and through this piece, I will explain why it is still an issue, as well as the economic, cultural, and emotional stigmas attached to sexism and what we can do to help promote a neutral America. First, let's measure how women stack up in leadership and government roles. According to the Center for American Women in Politics at Rutgers University, there are 4 times as many male senators as there are female ones. And out of the 100 largest cities in the U.S., there are only 19 that are led by female mayors. In fact, it is estimated that at the current rate of change, it will take until 2085 for women to be on par with men in leadership roles in the U.S. Even when women decide to take on a position in politics, they are frequently met with sexism and misogyny. There have been many cases of women leaving their life of politics because of sexual harassment from their male peers. Sometimes male politicians are forced to resign because of their own sexual misconduct. Out of the 1,977 women in power across the board in the United States, 2,006 more would have to win elections to reach equal representation in politics. One way to change the pace of women running for office is to advocate for internal gender equality plans that can set out specific commitments to make legislature and other branches of government gender sensitive. For example, improving sexual harassment accountability procedures and prioritizing gender parity in leadership role assignments. However, since the 2016 election, a surge in women's involvement in politics has occurred. Through newer organizations such as Emily's List, which helps to raise up women interested in leadership roles, we're beginning to see a silver lining. Secondly, let's talk about how women are affected economically by sexism and misogyny in the workplace. In the U.S., women currently make up 80 cents to every male dollar in the exact same position as theirs. Broken down into race, African American women make 63 cents to every male dollar, and every Hispanic woman makes 54 cents to every white male dollar. The myth of the wage gap comes down to women leaving a workplace for a significant amount of time to have children, also known as the motherhood tax. And a major disadvantage and harsh reality for American women is the fact that American employers are not legally required to pay maternity leave. The big reason that having children and even marrying in the first place hurts a woman's pay more than a man's is that the division of labor is still unequal when both spouses work full-time. Workplace sexism also includes internalized sexism, which can affect a woman's ability to ask for a raise or even stand up for herself in a sexual harassment action. This plays on an individual level when said individual enacts on sexual actions and structures towards themselves of those of their same sex. Internalizing a culture then does not value women working outside of their home, or one that makes a woman's role as a mother a priority, can also discourage women from working less flexible hours. Third and finally, I will discuss the culture of sexism in American society. Sexism does not stop at a government or a workplace level. It is ingrained in our minds through media. Through media, there are stereotypes fed to us at a young age and sometimes carry with us through our own adulthood. Cultural sexism dating back to childhood is such as why we think of girls playing with dolls or boys playing with trucks. This is something that we can all relate to. Media and environmental influence play a major role in a child's gender identification and where it comes from. The images children see from media reinforce stereotypes, and then bring those into their horizons. Media has provided stereotypes and gender roles since the dawn of time. Since the introduction of media like television or the birth of the internet, males who dominate media and advertising roles portray women in the same tired situations. Without enough women in media making decisions, we will have a distorted depiction of women until this is further figured out. It is roles such as the devoted housewife or dim-witted blonde that are all too often shown in television and movies, and which are then shown to normalcy as children. These children will one day grow up and start making the decisions in the workplace and government with a very clouded view on women. We live in a nation where the fashion industry still has a narrow view on what is considered beautiful, a nation where you can pick up a magazine with half-naked women in plain sight, a nation that has many times used women as objects and do not show them as people. In review, there are many women in the U.S. who are tired of living in a sexist society that stands to mostly benefit men. Through the looking glass, we see women taking on the same position as men and earning significantly less. Without paid maternity leave, many women must make the decision if they want a family or to pursue their career. We're seeing a lack of women in government, and the sexism that takes place in the office usually repels women from leadership roles, as well as the culture of women in the U.S., which provides tired stereotypes which are created by the men in media. Until society decides to comprehend that neither professional success nor domesticity has a gender, these powerful dynamics will endure. Thank you for coming, and thank you for listening.